And here is Krista McCarville. We love to have you on this show. It's sort of our annual chat. I think we've had you on a lot over the years, which is great. And that means you're doing good things. And what's the anticipation level like as we get set here just a couple days before everything gets going here in Thunder Bay?
Yeah, we're super excited. I mean, to have our Scotties in Thunder Bay again, but a real true Scotties in Thunder Bay where we get to have our fans is pretty exciting. Obviously, a little nerve wracking, feel a little bit of pressure, but our provincials were here in Thunder Bay, which hasn't happened very often as well. So, I guess we got a little bit of our, the nerves out and the pressure out that way, but we're super excited. We can't wait. There's a ton going on here in Thunder Bay.
Um, and I was just going to ask you that, like, what's your celebrity level in Thunder Bay? Can you walk down the street without people stopping you or and asking you for autographs and selfies? What's going on? What's it
Yeah,
like?
well, I find I usually get recognized the most at grocery stores, which is kind of funny. But it's funny. My class the other day, they said, "Miss McCarville, did you realize that your picture's on a sign at the restaurant?" So Montana's has, mine and Rachel's little program on the table. So the kids said, "You're famous." So it's kind of funny to hear from them.
But what's that like? Is it kind of it must be fun, right? It must be nice that people recognize you and recognize the team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is fun, and I mean, we always talk about how we're celebrities in Thunder Bay. We're not true celebrities, but we're Thunder Bay celebrities, and people you don't realize how many people actually do recognize you, and how many people watch curling. And yeah, like I'll go out grocery shopping, or I'll go to the local Walmart, and I have people constantly, kind of giving me a little nudge, saying "Good luck this year," and we'll be cheering you on, or those type of things, and it's nice to hear.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts. Rick Lang was telling me a great story a couple of weeks ago about how when he goes out now, he says, "Yeah, I get recognized all the team. Everyone says, 'Hey, Al.'" So
Oh, actually, that just happened the other day. It was kind of funny because he said, "Oh, here we go again. I'm recognized as L." So it's funny.
Well, all right. Well, he is your coach, and you guys have had a good prep to get ready to go in here. I'm sure you are ranked 38th in the world, which is a little low for a team that is set to go. But we know the story. We know you don't travel much. I think you got snowed out of one spiel this year, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah, the Saskatchewan spiel that was our biggest one. We were really looking forward to that. We were going as a five-man team as well. And then we got notified, 8 a.m. in the morning that our second flight, we were going to miss. So we had, I think, 9 minutes to get to our second flight. And so we thought, do we chance it? And then looking into other flight situations, the best scenario was we were going to get there and basically be start at 0-1, but chance at starting at 0-2 with some other problems that could have arisen. And we just said, you know what, we don't know if it's worth it. And it was also costing us a ton of money to get there.
Yeah.
So we're going to go there and possibly start, 0-2. Just didn't seem, like the right thing to do. So we actually entered a local spiel here in Thunder Bay against the top men's teams in Thunder Bay, and we ended up winning that spiel. So it was kind of worth it.
What's that feel like when you beat them in? I love that. That's a great story.
Well, I don't think they like to play us, and I don't think they like us to win and beat them. But we had our full team here. We had a five-man team, and we just worked with the rotation that we've been trying to work with, and yeah, we had a good weekend, and we beat them.
So yes, you mentioned this is the second time in recent years that you've had the Scotties there, but this is the first real one. And are you treating this as if it was the Scotties in Kelowna or somewhere else? Like, are you staying in a hotel? Are you doing that whole sort of scenario?
Yes, yeah, we're staying in the hotel. Staying in our same hotel room, pairs that we always do for Spiels and, for any other Scotty that we have, or last year's Scotty anyways. Yeah, we're going to do everything. I mean, the only thing different is my house is very, very close to where we're staying. So we thought, well, instead of going out to eat every single night, we could go to my house and cook a dinner together as a team. And we stayed in my house at the provincials together, and we made dinners and lunches. So that's the only thing that would be different, than staying at a town, is we have a house to go to make dinners and all that.
How do you feel about the team's performance right now coming into this? You feel confident?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a fairly successful season so far. Everything we've gone in, we've qualified or we won. So overall, it's been really good. We've had a few training weekends here in Thunder Bay where the girls fly up, and we've done a lot of practicing. We're on the ice a ton, just for the sense that, I get to ice Kendra and Andrea, which I don't, obviously only in Spiels do I get to practice and ice them. So they come here on weekends, and not every weekend, but they come on our training weekends. And, we basically just try to be on the ice as much as we can, with me holding the broom, with the girls judging their rocks, and, just almost like another Bonspiel weekend, but it's just not as intense as a Bonspiel. And it's in Thunder Bay, so it kind of saves me and Ashley and Sarah, the time to take off work, and Kendra and Andrea can fly here.
Do you scope out other teams by watching them on television? Do you sort of try to figure out certain things? Do you have a strategy for that?
Yeah, we try to watch the slams, and it's obviously we have to play a little different strategy dependent on the ice situation. And in the slams, the ice is so well, and like with the curl and the speed that. But we do try to look at the strategy that the teams are using. We're definitely looking at the sweeping techniques and what's happening out there in the world, and we're trying to track that as much as possible. But yeah, we watch it as much as we can. I know the girls, they always have it on their computer if it's a big spiel or something. I don't have as much luxury in my job to throw that up on the screen, but I definitely try to throw the slams up and watch that as much as I possibly can, for sure.
The kids would love it. Just show, instead of a geography film or something or whatever it is, just show them a little curling. They wouldn't mind. They'd help you
Well,
out.
it's funny because every time I have thrown, so my daughter's been on TV, so I've thrown it on the screen for them to watch, and they think it's the easiest thing. And then I just took them curling last week, and they said, "How do you do this? This is so hard." So I was like, "Okay, good. Now it's not the easiest thing to do."
That's right. Do you allow yourself to kind of dream about what could happen? I mean, you've come so close and a number of times in semifinals and playoffs and things like that. I mean, this is sort of what Brad Guzhu did in St.
Yes.
John's. Do you allow yourself to think about that?
I do. I mean, it would be a dream come true, obviously, to win the Scotties, number one, but to win it in, my home city here in Thunder Bay. And it would be absolutely dream come true. I really hope it happens. I feel like I'm getting to that age now where I don't have too many more years left. But I mean, once the Scotties starts, I know I have to put that out of my head. I know you have to take it one game at a time. You can't look ahead. And I think that's something that I have learned in all of my years curling the Scotties, is that it's such a long week and you can't think about the end. You can't even think about playoffs. You really are taking one game at a time. You're trying to learn as much as you possibly can from each and every game and each and every situation that you're in. I think that's what you have to do, and just put it in the back of your mind. I don't want to forget it, because obviously that's the ultimate goal, is to win the Scotties. But it is there, but it has to be just put behind for a few games.
And you mentioned this, I'm not calling it Broomgate, I'm calling it Broom Brouhaha. And
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how confusing has it been to kind of figure out what's going on?
It has been so confusing. Just talking to so many people, they're saying one thing, that it's making a difference. The next time you talk to them, it's not making a difference with the different foams. Which broom company we're going to use, what's going to happen, like who's going to be using what at the Scotties. And it's honestly been so back and forth that we finally just made a decision last week, that we said we're sticking with Hardline. They've been an amazing sponsor to our team for 10 years now. And we want to use our Hardlines, and that's what we've decided.
It is a curious time, to be sure. It won't be curious though when you're up in Thunder Bay and all the fans are up in Thunder Bay. You already are up in Thunder Bay, but I know
Mm-hmm.
it's. I think I heard it was sold out, pretty close to being sold out for the week. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is going to be, as well as a great event, it's going to be a big celebration, a big party, won't it?
I think so. You know what? It's nice. We have the patch rate attached to the gardens, the arena. It's like, a couple steps away from the arena. So I know it's going to be a big party, and it's going to be a ton of fun. Some great local bands will be there, and, our typical bands that we love to hear. And just that atmosphere of, the cheers and the crowd just having a lot of fun. And I just remember during COVID, when we were allowed, our family and friends to come in and cheer, a very small amount of people. I could not believe the noise level of just that amount of people. So knowing that it's going to be full in the gardens, I can't even imagine how loud it's going to be and exciting. But I love the fact that, the crowd is going to be there for us, and I get to have my class and my school come visit. But, you think about those things outside of curling. Once curling hits, you just kind of, I have to put that aside and just focus on your own performance and, achieving what you need to achieve.
Well, I hope it goes well for you. I hope you enjoy the week, no matter what happens. I'm sure you will. And good luck to Team McCarville. And well, we'll keep our fingers crossed. You never know what might
Yeah.
happen up in Thunder Bay. It'll be a beautiful ending. Thanks for spending some time.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for having me on again.